Hey, let's talk about Beau is Afraid. Hey there, film friends, Jonathan here, and I am back making reviews and video essays. I've taken a long break. If you've seen my other video I just posted recently, which has a pitch, by the way, for my next film, then you may know why I took the extended break. I'm not going to get into it here. This is meant to be a brief video, but I'm back. So it's good to see you guys again. We're talking about Beau is Afraid, as you can already tell. I saw this movie a week ago. I've already reviewed it once before, and then I haven't uploaded that video because my feelings on it have drastically changed from the morning after seeing it to a week later, and I want to share what I feel like happened in that process, what I think you should expect from the film, and my overall impressions on it, whether or not I think you should see it.
What do you think I should do?
And I'm going to try and do it all in 5 minutes or less. So, no spoilers going forward. Let's talk briefly about Beau is Afraid. Now, if you are going into this thinking, I'm going to go see Ari Aster's next horror film, because you're an Ari Aster fan or you're a horror fan or both, you might be disappointed by this film. Because this film is not a horror movie. It is a horrifying movie, but it is not strictly a horror movie. In fact, I would say Beau is Afraid almost completely defies classification. It is so many crazy things mashed together. It has horror elements. It is funny at times. It is incredibly tragic. In fact, if I did have to pin it into one particular genre or category of story, I would pin it as a tragedy. And it is definitely not for everybody. If you're a fan of Ari Aster's work, and if you have watched this channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge fan of his work and it's a deep influence for me. But if you're a fan of his work, you're gonna see him completely off the chain.
Do you ever wish that she was dead?
What? Like, this is Ari Aster just completely let loose. I think he's had this script in his back pocket for like 11 years, but it is bonkers. I am not exaggerating when I say this could be the craziest movie that you ever see, and there will almost certainly never be a film like it, even from Ari Aster, ever again. It's just nuts. The thing about the film, I think, that really is going to affect whether or not you enjoy it is not even so much are you a horror fan or an Ari Aster fan, but what are your expectations going into it? Because when I went to see it and I expected to just get an Ari Aster horror film and I was analyzing it, looking for meaning and subtext in every scene, that's not what you get. And that set me up for walking out of it going, hey, not only is this 3 hours long, which I do think is still a con, but also thinking, this isn't what I expected. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I rated it in my head and in my first recording of this 6 out of 10. But after thinking about it and sitting on it and just feeling it, I realized if I had gone in just expecting to accompany Ari Aster on a mad adventure in the perspective of a hyper anxious individual and his hyper absurd character cast filled just bonkers story and just went along for the ride, I probably would have enjoyed it in the moment a lot more than I did, because this film rapidly changes and totally changes the experience from act to act and sometimes from scene to scene. It's all just glorious weirdness from start to finish. I will say this, while there isn't necessarily deeper meaning that you should glean from every single action in the film, because it is from the perspective of this anxiety-ridden individual and you don't get a break from that, you're never sure what is real. There are very distinct, very prominent, and very well played themes of anxiety, which I've mentioned repeatedly, guilt, and parental emotional abuse and the effect that it has on a child, because the title of the movie is perfectly appropriate. Beau is Afraid, and he has very, not good in that like they're rational, but very strong reasons for that anxiety and fear, and we explore the entire movie from his perspective. Like I said, we don't get a break from it. So personally, I think it's a very enjoyable experience. I think it's something that you need to go into with an open mind. It's not going to be for everybody. This is very much only going to be for people who enjoy weird stuff, very artistic films, and getting to just explore a person's vision. It's exactly what it is. It's Ari Aster's vision just let loose on the screen with a lot of Joaquin Phoenix and him chewing up the scenery and just being an outstanding actor. So Not everybody's gonna like it. There's incredibly awful imagery and lots of terrible things happen to them, but I definitely recommend that everybody give it a shot. It's definitely worth checking out. You may love it, you may hate it, you may just be glad that you saw it for the experience, but there will never be a movie like this ever again. So I'm gonna rate it 8 out of 10 from my personal perspective, up from a 6 out of 10 from when I just went in with the wrong expectations. I definitely recommend everybody see it, and just be prepared to be shocked. Just be prepared to be shocked.
Why did you lie to me?
Yeah, I think Hereditary is going to remain my personal favorite Ari Aster film, but this one, just from an ambition perspective alone, I definitely greatly appreciate it. And I would love to hear from you guys if you've already seen the movie or you've seen Ari Aster's other films and you want to go watch this one and come back. I'd love to hear down in the comments, what's your favorite Ari Aster film? Did you enjoy Beau is Afraid? Did you have any particular nitpicks about it? What expectations did you have going into it? I'd love to hear all of that in the comments down below. My name's Jonathan. I'm so glad to be back making videos for you guys again, and thank you guys for sticking around. If you want to see more content about film reviews or video essays, I'm going to put a playlist or a video up over here. Haven't decided which one. And then if you're interested in just good indie films and the films that I have made, I am making a new short thriller. I'm going to post right over here about that. Check it out. I'm running a crowdfunding campaign right now. Could really use your help. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.